What's going on, everybody? Product Probes back at you with another knife review, and today we're looking at a pretty cool knife from Jabe's Cutlery. So let's dive into it and let's see what this thing's got. Alright, so if y'all remember the old Gerber knives that looked exactly like this, what seems to be the case, it looks like Jabe's Cutlery kind of took their style and ran with it, or didn't run with it, threw Jabe's Cutlery on the blade. However, when I got it in, it's actually not that bad. Let me give you a close-up on it right here. So, as you see, it's got the ABS rubberized handle, which I'm not crazy about when it comes to, you know, your pocket knife, especially with tighter jeans, because it will get stuck in there when you try to pull it out. Right back here, you have a lanyard hole, and then your standard clip point blade right there. Now, this blade seems to be super sharp. Right here, you've got a good grip on it. Boom. Defensive stance. This is a large knife. Stainless steel blade. It is the lock back right here. So, boom. You can see that it actually locks in place really well right there. Just held in by this screw. But just a simple pattern. Just a real simple knife. But it's almost good for like a deer skinning knife. That would be, because this blade for a cheaper knife like this seems to be super sharp. So let's go see how sharp this blade really is. Alright, let's go ahead, let's get the sharpness on this knife. I have a good feeling about this one, so it should be really sharp. So, right here on the straight down cut, yeah, super sharp knife, very minimal tearing on this blade. Whoo, look at that, almost messed up right there on my cut. Now let's try it at an angle right here. Yeah, a little bit of rips right there, but overall it gets on through that paper rather nice. Now, with it being a clip point like this, it's going to give you a lot sharper point, so let's check that out. You know, I thought it would be less push than it is. There's actually a good bit of push on a few of those, but once you get in there, the cut downs are going to be fine. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. For a larger blade right out of the package, and to be as cheap as this knife is, they did a really good job on this blade. I like the fact that it is a clip point because it can, you know, stab or puncture a little bit better. However, when you're deer skinning, you know, a lot of times you kind of want to use your drop points so you don't puncture, you know, the intestines or things like that when you're skinning. However, I bet this would be a great skinning knife, a drawer knife. Now, the bad thing is with this rubberized handle right here, I feel like when you go to put it in your pocket that it's going to stick. So let's go ahead, let's check it out, and let's see what this thing looks like in the pocket. Alright, let's see how this thing does in the pocket. I don't have high hopes for it because of this all rubberized handle, but let's check it out. So, right over here. Yeah, I'm just not crazy about these knives. See, the print is pretty bad. This is a larger knife, but a lot of times, see how it pulls your pocket out with it? A lot of times these fully rubberized handles are not the way to go when it comes to actual, you know, everyday carry knives. Now it does have the little wrist strap lanyard hole right there, but if I go to slide this thing in, see how it just catches? I'm not a big fan of that. No need for the concealment because it has no pocket clip, but that time it slid out a little better. So depending on the type of pants that you're wearing, you know, if you have looser pockets, then this one might be okay. But guys that wear a little bit tighter jeans right here, this one's probably going to give you a little bit of issues. Yeah, you know, no pocket clip or anything on it like that. Just a simple folding knife right here, lock back. But having that good grip is also going to take away, it's not going to take away, but it's going to be harder to pull that knife out if you use it as an everyday carry. Super large knife right here, but something in a tackle box, a toolbox, and anything like that, like a good drawer knife, a bug out bag knife would be good too, to have this in your bug out bag. You know, if you're looking for a bug out bag knife and you're on a budget, this might be a good option. So, I tell you what, before we start talking about good options and what we can throw it into, let's go ahead, let's get the weight and measurements of this knife. Alright, let's get the measurements on this thing real quick. So, fully closed, we're going to be looking at about 5 inches with a blade length of 3.5 inches. And then fully open, let's see if we can get this thing in camera. We are going to be looking at, wow, that's a little bit larger knife, about 8.25 inches total length on this knife. Now, let's go ahead, let's grab the weight on it real quick. So, right here, 4.13. So it's actually a little bit lighter than I was thinking for a larger knife like this. Yep, 4.13. Good size, good weight on it, super sharp. The only downside to this knife is that I'm sure they used a cheaper steel, like maybe the 440. But, I mean, you could definitely sharpen this thing up. I'm just not sure how long it's going to hold an edge. And then it's a pro because the grip is so good on this ABS handle right here. But no jimpings or anything, no thumb ramp. However, if you're carrying it in your pocket, you know, it's going to be a little bit harder to pull out. Can you pull out? Yeah. And maybe that's just a more personal preference that I have to deal with, you know, as far as that goes. However, guys, I'm definitely passing this knife, especially for the money. Now, if it was more expensive, then we could start diving in to some, you know, deeper things, trying to compare it to the Gerber and things like that. But I think for $9-10, you can't go wrong with this knife. So for a folder knife under $10, or right there at $10, this is going to be one of the better ones that we've done as far as just a folding simple pocket knife goes. But anyway, guys, if you're checking this out because you're looking for a review for it, I hope it helped. Hope you're subscribed to the channel. Be sure to check us out this Thursday on the Product Probe Show. We got a huge lotto that eventually somebody's going to win that thing. So anyway, hope you stay tuned in for that, guys, and I will see y'all then. And if I don't see y'all then, I'll see y'all in the next one.